This is the Fifth Estate, coming to you from the Fort Hall School of Government in Nairobi City and Professor Mutahi Nguni. This week, the President called Parliament a house of corruption, an institution rotten from the core and to the core. Ruto confirmed what we already know. But what was curious was how Parliament reacted. They did not deny being corrupt because it is a fact. Instead, they threatened to impeach Ruto. A knee-jerk reaction without thought. Now, we must expect a motion of impeachment against Ruto. However, what the MPs did not pose and did not ask was this. What was the Ruto motive? Was he executing a scheme? And why did the MPs fail to read the scheme? You see, every president the world over bribes Parliament. A road here and a bridge there. And of course, some cash when necessary. This is how the president's agenda is passed by Parliament. Moi invented corruption. Kibaki introduced it in Parliament through CDF. And Uhuru perfected the art. But is Ruto using it? No idea. But if corruption is the lifeblood of Parliament, why attack it so brazenly? How does Ruto benefit from antagonizing the holier-than-thou MPs? In political science, we call this calculated risk. And it is only used when a player is hiding a scheme. Allow us to break it down.
An alliance between Babaman and Ruto is a dangerous political asset. It is a lethal machine. And if Ruto is executing a scheme, he is doing it with Raila. In the meantime, our MPs cannot discern the scheme. They say cream will always rise to the top. But our MPs are the cream of the crop. No imagination, zero discernment, and the brains of an ox. Dear MPs, Kenyans do not like you. In fact, 80% of you will be thrown out of Parliament in 2027 if the past trends will repeat themselves. If you are this unpopular, what is the point of keeping you until 2027? And this brings us to the scheme that you are not reading. The president will dissolve Parliament, period. And he will do it using a constitutional advisory sent to Uhuru Kenyatta by Maraga in September 2020. And this would apply to all presidents after Uhuru. This advisory is based on Schedule 4 of the Constitution. It gives a number of 16 laws that Parliament ought to have passed. And failure to pass one of them naturally leads to dissolution of Parliament. Since 2010, Parliament has refused to pass the Gender Equality Law. And this has given Ruto the constitutional instrument to dissolve Parliament. Dear MPs, Ruto will dissolve Parliament. And this is the scheme.
If Babaman and Ruto are a lethal machine, here is the second part of the scheme. If Parliament is dissolved using the Maraga Constitutional Advisory, the dummy MPs will all go for a fresh election. And this will be done in 90 days. However, the president, governors, and MCAs will stay in office. And here's the catch. The election of the president, governors, and MCAs must happen on the same day as that of MPs, according to the Constitution. If Parliament is dissolved in 2025, the next general election for MPs, president, governors, and MCAs will be in 2030. And this is the year that Ruto will finish his one term constitutionally. He can vie for a second term and stay on until 2035 instead of 2032. An extra 3 years. If you are Ruto, armed with an advisory to dissolve parliament and stay in office until 2035, would you do it? What about Babaman? If he is the second leg of the Ruto lethal machine, would he secure his future until he is 90 years old in 2035? And the answer is a resounding yes. But to do this, Parliament must go. It must be dissolved. The cream of the crop must be decimated. And this is the scheme. But we could also be wrong.
Now, we will flip the argument and return to the concept of calculated risk in political science. A calculated risk is a bold decision taken after weighing the payoffs, the risks, and the timing. A decision taken after calculating the risk of failure against success. If Ruto dissolves parliament, the payoffs would be an extended term as president. Instead of serving for 10 years, he'll serve for 13 years, with Babaman as the second leg of his lethal machine. The payoffs are written in black and white. But what are the risks? Parliament could impeach Ruto before he dissolves it. And because Parliament is a house of corruption, Rigiji would fund the impeachment. Even Uhuru Kenyatta and the Kikuyu enemies of Ruto could chip in. However, there is a problem here. Let's assume that Parliament gets the numbers to impeach Ruto. What would you do if you are Ruto? I will dissolve Parliament before they impeach me. They would push the election to 2030 and add my presidential term by 3 years. This is how he will deal with the risk. What about timing? Is it right? If Babaman and Ruto are a lethal machine, this is the best time to transform our politics. This is why Ruto addressed Parliament this week. And if you are wrong on this, we do not choose to be right.